Well, good morning, everybody. It's October 1st, and this is the Squamish Real Estate Show with Simon Hudson from McDonald Realty. I'm here to give you a little bit of an insight into what is happening in the Garibaldi Estates and the Garibaldi Highlands. I've lumped those together to try to keep the days of shows down to 5 during the week. And this week has seen a fair bit of activity in the estates and in the Highlands. Now, it's different varying markets what we're seeing, but new listings, there's been 4 new listings in the estates alone this week, of which 3 of them were in the Diamond Head Apartments and 1 of them was in Willow Village. Now, that is of interest because the Diamond Head complex has just voted on a levy to replace the sliding doors and repair all of the decks. This will pretty much finish the renovations there, except for one of the units, one of the buildings, I believe, still does need a roof, but that's something that they can address later on. And by the roof, I'm not referring to the entire tar and gravel roof. It's actually the shake roof, or the asphalt roof that sort of is on the outside of the building. It needs to be touched up in a few areas. So outside of that, that's why there seems to be a few places coming on the market in the Diamond Head Apartments. But once that work is done, those are going to be fantastic opportunities. There are no rental restrictions in that complex, so there are some good buys to be had right now in the Diamond Head Apartments for people looking for investments. Now, outside of those properties in the Highlands, we had 2 new listings take place, both on Pia Road. One's listed at 1.289 and the other one's listed at 985. They are interesting properties. It'll be interesting to see a property in the Highlands under $1 million and see what sort of response we get from clients at that one. That's something that I'm pretty interested to watch. I would suspect that we should see an offer on that fairly quickly, although it does not have the capacity to have a suite. So that'll be a tester to see where people without the suite have the ability to go. That listing is 1027 Pia. If you want to drive by, it's a great looking house and it should sell. So let's keep our eyes on that one. I'll certainly update you guys next week on that. Outside of that, there is in the estates, we had 3 price reductions, and guess what? They were all in the Diamond Head Apartments. So that creates an active market in the Diamond Head Apartments, and why people are dropping their prices is, yes, because they had the levy vote and that was in. So we're seeing some substantial drops in there. We actually had one of our clients drop from $479,000 down to $449,000. That's a $30,000 drop. The levy is only a $5,000 drop, but that's a 3-bedroom unit. At $449 makes for a really great rental investment opportunity for somebody. So hopefully somebody will see the value in that, and we'll get a sale on one of those 2 units that we have in there right now. From the sales perspective, there were 2 sales in the estates. There were also 2 sales in the Garibaldi Highlands. The 2 sales in the Highlands were $942,000 and $1.162 for a Skyline and a Kintyre property. The Kintyre property still needed a few renovations, but was totally livable as it was, which is a nice unit. Didn't really have a backyard, but it did have a decent front yard. So that's where that unit sat. The specific unit on Skyline was the castle, actually, and it's quite a unique property. It did have an offer on it quite some time ago, but it took a while to get subjects removed and to be posted on the real estate board's website. Other than that, there were a couple of expireds that did come through, and in both the Highlands and 2 in the estates as well. So we expect to see a little bit more of that as people will be canceling and taking properties off the market for the winter. But that's your activity report for the Garibaldi Highlands and Garibaldi Estates for October 1st. Hopefully that's of some value to you guys. And if you have any questions about any of these properties, feel free to give me a shout, 604-892-8155. Have a fantastic week, and we'll catch up next week. Bye for now.